Agnes, that means the diploma. It's a document. You also take any diploma with your name on it. And the factory will put yourself where you work for, they keep that as long as you work there. And after you quit, and they give it back to you. There's remarks on it. If you do it or bad or put it to steal, they can't say that, but they don't say you're honest either. So that's the way it works over there. You can't get a job without it. So I guess I had one, but I lost it on the way. What happened to it? It's something like that.
Is that a picture of Austria?
In the hometown. Suspect.
Were you scared to come over here and start a business?
Well, I was scared, but I was just think I come for 2 years. Just for find out how they work here, especially the meat cutting. There's a lot of difference between meat cutting here and in Europe. In Europe, most of the meat is sold boneless. If you buy a kilo of meat, it's 2 pounds and some ounces. You know, about 100 American pound is 45 kilo. If you order, go to the butcher shop and buy a pound of pork, beef, you get 3/4 of a pound of meat and 1/4 pound of bone, separate. The idea is that they use those bones, you make soup with it. You know, make soup and then you put vegetables with it, or noodles, whatever it is, and then next to the meal. It's different here because here you just throw it away, but over there it's different. It's very expensive. And the wages are not as high as here. And you get probably, like now you probably get $4 an hour, that's all. But the meat is higher than here, so you don't, nothing to throw away. It's very much difference in the way of living.
Do you like it here better than Austria?
Well, it's all depends on what you think about it, what you're talking about. There's things better over there, and there's things that are better here. But it all depends on who you are, what you do, how much success you are. But at first you don't like it at all, because there's 17 boys come over here together. I'm the only one left. The rest of them all went back.
Would you have come over here if it was done behind Turner?
Well, I wouldn't come over here to stay, no. Because you make a lot of sacrifice. It's not that simple, just go. Just like you go from here to Russia. How would you like it over there? You couldn't talk to anybody. The way of life is different altogether. So, and then, especially if you work in a factory, nobody work with you. They all hate your guts already. Because you're a foreigner, you're outside of this, so it's very difficult to work in a factory because you're always afraid that you will take the job. Because, the first place you're a professional butcher. Now here is just anybody's a butcher. Here just go to high school and you start working. So they can't do that. It's a profession. When you get your diploma, you graduate, you think you are somebody, You still don't know nothing, but you still think you are. Like those college kids here. When you come out of college, you got a degree, but really don't know nothing. You got the foundation, you got the basic education, the real practical. Like, for instance, building here. When you build an addition or a new building, this engineers, they lay it out, but they make more mistakes than I tell them how to build it right. But I'm not an architect, but I know how to build better than they do because I got 65 years experience. That's the difference. And that's the difference. Like, for instance, when these people come over here from Laos or Cambodia, don't you think because they got enough to eat, they must be happier? They're not. The culture's different. They don't live like we do. They have a gallon of milk and a pound of rice. That's the meal. That's their living. You're not happy here because this is different. But gradually, when you here, week after week and year after year, you get friends who actually got married and have own children, and then you gradually, finally feel like home. But it's not that simple. Like you don't know nothing.
What did you
You
do?
don't know where to go, you don't know the roads or the weights or the man, money, everything is different. You talk different, you can understand anybody. The language.
Did you know how to speak English a little bit? Or at least?
No.
No, not?
The first place you're afraid to talk. Because everybody laughs at you when you talk crazy, you know, everything goes backwards and you just, the way you read it, you don't speak like you read. It's in German you take word for word translate. That doesn't work that way. There's people live over here, so in Milwaukee, France, they're here for 50 years, they still can't talk English. They live in a German community, they speak German where they work, their in-laws are probably German, just talk German. But like you kids here in high school, they take English or Spanish or German in school. My grandchildren all do, not one can speak a word. Why? The some will take German out for 3 years. You won't talk to them. Why?
So what did you do when you got to America? Where did you go? What were you looking for?
For the first place I came, here is a farm. That's the only way you get in because I didn't have nobody here. If you are an immigrant, of course it's Canadian steamship company. They had advertised over there, anybody can go to Canada and get a job over there. Anybody. That's not true. You have to be a farmer. If you're a trader, butcher, any barber, they don't want you. They want farmers, period. They're not supposed to be over here as a farmer. Besides here. It's supposed to be the Portland, Oregon, picking apples. Then the last week before we left, when I got my visa to the United States, I met a guy, he worked in St. Paul for a carrier packing company. He was from Germany, but I didn't know him before, but he just got to come there and party. And he says, why going? I says, I'm going to the United States. I said, why going? I said, Portland, Oregon. He said, why don't you go to St. Paul, where the packing houses are? I said, I don't know where the packing houses are. I said, I know a foreman who works there, he's from Austria. He said, we'll see him, he'll get you a job there. And he did. I got there on Friday and Monday started working. But I started working as a butcher. But this is different than butchering in Europe and America. Because here in the United States it's all specialized jobs. You either butcher or a skin or a split or one job. Europe is you do it all. So here's the bone, that you kill him. He doesn't say just take the leg off. In America it's different. You just get one job, that's all you do. You get 3 feet to work, that's all your job. And the cattle come past you. One after another, you know, one every minute. And that's what you know.
How long did you work at that company?
Carly worked for about 6 months. I didn't like it. I didn't want to be butchering over here because I know I was butchering, but I wanted to meat cutting. I was after that, how to cut meat in the United States. I didn't get it, but I got to know London. That's quite different.
Were you surprised at how fast Hillshire grew and how big it's become now?
Well, you don't realize that when you're it's a lifetime we're talking about, you know. This is now 65 years. So step by step, you know. If the war wouldn't have came along, well, I wouldn't be here either. Because the war makes a difference. Because it upsets the whole industry. The economy is different. then we had a butcher shop downtown, in a little slaughterhouse. And those butchers in Appleton, they couldn't get the meat from the packing houses. So they come to me, begging for a loin or a ham or a quarter of beef or a calf. Well, I helped them out as I could, you know. And after the war, they kept on and got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what we are now. But without the war, we wouldn't do that today. Nobody. Start from nothing. Start something. That came up about, it was quality packing house first. And packing house changed to Hillside. Remember that? Hillside packing. And then I was reading the Sunday paper, Milwaukee Journal, and I see bacon advertising there. Hillshire bacon, Milwaukee. I said, we don't sell bacon in Milwaukee. So we call them out. I said, well, you get that Hillshire bacon. I said, we sell it every day. I said, well, you get it. I said, you be going. Well, this is our patent. I said, no. I said, who are you? I said, we're state registered. I said, we're national. I said, you got to get out. We'll give you 1 year to change. So you have to get out and change all our names, our trucks and everything. 1 year's time. And if we kept Hill, changed the Shire, that's all, from Hills to Hillshire. People never realized the difference. But Hillshire is also the difference. That's why we became Hillshire, through the national tea. It made us change. And the Depression started in 1929 in November, Black Friday. We lost everything. Banks closed up. Then we worked what's the store now? What's right next to
Denny's.
Denny's, next to Denny's.
Trophy shop.
That's where we started, next to Denny's. In 1934, we bought the next building. That was Gary's bowling alley. And Sheena changed that, made a butcher shop out of it. And the Red Hour moved with us. Then in 32, we kicked the Red Hour out. We took our own groceries. Besides, we started a grocery store in the north side. There was a butcher shop there by the name of Honig. He went broke, and we bought him out. We moved him up to where the economy boy used to be. There we built a butcher shop and a grocery store. In 1948, we built that building with the coast to coast is now. That was Hillshire. That was quality markets. We stayed there in 1954. It was the South Partnership, and Smith took the stores, I took the packing house. With the Helms brothers from Appleton. It took them in our company. It was about 7 stockholders. Then we stayed together then till 71. We merged with Consolidated Food. And last year they changed to Sarah Lee.
Fritz, going way back to your youth, when you were a little kid growing up in Austria, you got any memories of your first days at school or when you were just a little boy, as far back as you can remember? I know that's a long way to think back, but thinking way back to your
I think back to when I was 2 years old.
What do you remember from that time?
There was some special things, you know, like my dad was in the army then, and he was a very exceptional, good rider. Was back, he was in artillery, and he was a staff sergeant. And if you're the best in a company, a regiment, then you get the privilege to ride the general's horse. So exercises it. And I remember that he was, that's what he told us afterwards, that he was riding on and he pulled out a cigar, and let it, you know, lit the rein there on the horse's neck, and the horse stopped his feet and fell forward, couldn't pose his knees. There was a frame little fence, you know. He could have got court martial for that if they found out. Then they brought him home, the whole home. And they took, you know, that stuff they used in the shoemaker to make the trades for sewing the shoes. What do you call it? Some kind of a pitch. It's black. They melted that pitch, it's hot, put it on the horse's knee, pulled some brush some hot hair out of the horse's back, put it over while it's hot yet. They never found out. And they peeled under that, they stuff fell off and and I can remember they still walked the horse in the barnyard. Isn't it funny? And that's a long time ago, that's 80 years ago. Things back 50, 60, 70 years, and I forget that things that happened yesterday. My computer was before that or something.
Maybe. Do you have any memories of your mother?
Oh yeah. I saw her twice in 1950, 50 and 60, 62 I think. It's a picture, yeah.
What did your mother and dad do, Fritz?
Restaurant.
How do they feel about you coming over to America?
It was just foolishness. But, our neighbor boy was the instigator. He was my mother up here in the front there.
It's pretty.
Just nice looking lady. And tough. Well, the young folks, you know, was about 22 years old. You got ideas about the gold price, you know, say something, you know, it's supposed to. And I see this movies over there, there's cowboy movies, the cowgirls and the cowboys, and, you know, it's exciting. And Heine is the guy who started. Oh, he had a friend, he'd just come back from Canada. And he said, he talked with a guy and he thought it was so beautiful over Canada, you know. He's talking about British Columbia, like California, the warm with there, you know, beautiful weather. And the big ranches, like seeing movies. We said, what do we buy? Marry one of those cowboys' daughters and you got it made. I said, yeah. And he'd be surprised. When we got to Canada, and we got to St. John, you know what St. John is? Way down by Halifax, between the end of Canada. One boy died on diphtheria, so they locked us all in a train for a week. A week of milk and bread. It was quarantined. And you see my first bedroom?
In Canada?
Yeah.
It's sparse.
Yeah. When I got to the farm, the first place when you come on the train from New Brunswick to Minnesota, Winnipeg, there's a Catholic priest came